Hey everyone, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to talk about a few products in my craft room that I've been really loving lately. I haven't done a crafty favorites video in quite some time. I used to do these monthly, but then it just kind of got to where I didn't want to just pick something just to do a favorites video. So today I wanted to do a little bit type of current favorites, if you will, of the things that I've been really enjoying in my craft room lately. So I wanted to share those with you and explain to you why I enjoy those things. So first off, we're going to start off with what you're seeing here, and this is from Someone Says Stamp. This is their what I call it a scratch pad, basically, but it's like it's by 16 by, I believe, 10 or 12, maybe 18 by 12. And it's this pad here, and it's got several sheets of this paper on here, and it is really great to put on your work surface here, especially whenever you're stamping or you're doing some ink blending or whatever. It really does. I like this a lot better if I was going to do ink blending or whatever than using my craft mat. The only time that I really use my craft mat anymore is if I'm going to be doing stuff like with embossing paste, that kind of thing, because of course that wipes clean really easily, or if I'm going to be using a stencil or what have you. But for my just regular stamping or ink blending, things like that, if I just need to stamp off, you know, on a scratch piece of paper or whatever, this is really handy to leave on your work surface or where your desk is, and have that handy there. And it'll protect also your work surface too, and not get it as dirty as if you didn't have it like this here. So I really do enjoy this, and I really do recommend it. Okay, next we're going to talk about a couple of different stamp sets that I've been really loving lately. The first is this one here from W+9. This is the sentiment stamp set. It's called That Is All. And I absolutely love it. I've been using the heck out of this. I love the sentiments all in here. I haven't used every single sentiment, but I've used a lot. I've used the amazing, the wishes, the hugs, of course I just, and then I've used love you, and then that is all. I've used the 3 hearts on here. I really just enjoy these mix and match sentiment sets like this, and I like the font of these bigger words like this, and so I really do think that this one is really put together well and very versatile. So if you're looking for another sentiment stamp set, or if you're just, you know, don't have one, or have never tried W+9 stamp sets, this would be one to really start out with, that I think just to see what their stamps are like. It's a really great stamp set, so I recommend it as well. Of course everything that I am talking about I recommend, so obviously. But the next one I want to talk about is this one here from Right at Home. This one is also a sentiment stamp set, and if you're new to my channel, whatever, you will quickly learn that I am a sucker for good sentiment stamp sets, because they're very, you know, of course you've got your stamp sets that have a lot of great images, but of course you need sentiments to put inside of your cards or what have you. So that's why I enjoy having really good versatile sentiment stamp sets, you know, at my disposal, if you will. So anyway, this one, I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is called. I'm trying to find the name. I'm not seeing a name on it, but you can purchase this at the Right at Home shop, and I will leave a link to her website. Nicole is the owner of this shop, and this one is probably one of her more popular sets, simply because of the sentiments and the font. I really do enjoy it. I have used it several times. I've embossed, of course, with it and such, so I really do like this Blessed sentiment. The thank you. It's a really great size for cards, and I'm exclusively a card maker, so this one is a really good one too if you are interested in it. And then this is not necessarily the stamp set, but I have been enjoying this stamp set too. This one is from My Favorite Things, and this one is called Cool Cat. And I love these images here simply because you've got the little face here and then the back of the cat. And then I've used this one here too, just to love the expression on the face. It's really, really cute. And of course, the sentiments in this one is adorable. Probably my favorite is the Sorry I Hissed at You. I really, really do like that. And of course, I am a cat lover and a fur baby mama to 2 cats, Katie and Daisy. And but another reason why I like this is for it's actually the packaging that I've got this in. Recently, Ellen Hudson introduced some new stamp pockets for the longer stamp sets like this from MFT, or I believe there's others too, but I can't think of the manufacturers right off the top of my head. But these are really, really good and thick. Really, really good quality. They're not thin at all, and so they're really, really nice to have, especially for these sentiment stamp sets or sets that are longer like this. So if you're in the market to find something like this, I highly recommend, because they're really, really great. Of course, they got the flap here on the back, and you can just tuck it in if you store your dies like I do on the back. You can just tuck it in like the rest of the stamp pockets like this one. You can just tuck that in on the back there, and it'll keep your dies and stuff all together. Of course, this one don't have dies, but it'll keep your dies in the back and such like that. So, and I like it because too, I can just keep the backing of the set that it came with, the packaging, and I can just put that into the pocket there and keep it all together and just put a label on it like I usually do. So I really, really do recommend these pockets here. Everything that I am mentioning, I will link below in case you're interested in them, so you won't have to go searching for it or anything like that. But really, really do recommend those pockets too. Next thing I've been obsessed lately is a 6x6 pad. It's this one here from Lawn Fawn called Perfectly Plaid. I've used the mess out of this. I'm trying to keep some of the scraps, that if I can reuse it, I will. But I really, really have been enjoying this. I'm definitely going to have to get another one because I've already used quite a bit of it already. And but I've still got a lot to go too. So, but this one is just, I love the colors, I love the color scheme, I love of course the pattern, of course plaid. But you can use this for really any occasion card, I feel, and use it for both masculine and female cards. So you've got really great variety in one pack, and I really, really do like that. Of course, I love anything Lawn Fawn pretty much, and so this was one of my favorites from them, and I will definitely be purchasing another one. So I like that. Next up, speaking of Lawn Fawn, I've been really loving their inks. I've pretty much exclusively been using their inks only. I got rid of all my Hero Arts. I had a lot of Hero Arts shadow inks, and they filled up a whole case that I had over here, but since I am really trying to build my collection on the Lawn Fawn, I didn't need Lawn Fawn. I also have Simon Says Stamp. I didn't need all of that simply because even though I would love to be making cards full time, I don't, and I hate the thought of my stuff just sitting in here and not being used. So I really have to be practical of what I have and whenever I use it and such. So I've really been using these inks more exclusively than anything, and so I really love the colors, and I know they're coming out with more and more colors with each release that they do. So I really, really highly recommend, especially if you're a beginner stamper, whatever, these inks are really, really great. They do have the same formulation as the Hero Arts and W+9, and I can't think of any others right at the top of my head, but they're the same formulation, so whenever you stamp it down, it looks splotchy at first, but over time, as it soaks into the paper, it will even out and will give you such a nice impression, stamped impression. So I really, really do enjoy these inks. They're really, really nice. Next up is a die that I've been really, really loving. Of course, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I am really into my like my frame dies and such like this, but this die here, I've been really loving. This is from MFT. It's called their Peekaboo die, and I really do like it because of the design of it. Of course, it's got the stitching, as you can see there, but it's got the overlap stitching, and that's really, really different. I don't think there's really anything like this out there that I know of from another manufacturer. So, and I really, really like the size of it. It's a really great size for cards and such. So I really, really do like this die. I have been using it, you know, quite a bit here in the last few months. So I've been loving that. Next up is my distress sprayer. I actually need to fill it up again because I'm getting low with my water. But I really, really do love it. Obviously, it's just a really, you know, simple thing. It's a water bottle. But I think the reason why I really do love this, obviously for the trigger, because the trigger is really nice. But two, I think the biggest selling point for me is that it's got a lock on it. So you can see this little tab here. You can push it in and push it out, and so if you were to travel with this bottle, if you push this either direction that it goes, it will lock it and you won't be able to spray and it won't leak everywhere. So that's the biggest selling point for me for this bottle, because obviously you can buy any water bottle, you know, at your dollar store or whatever, but I really, really do like that feature of this bottle. So that's the biggest, like I said, the selling point of this bottle to me. And of course, I like the actual trigger itself. It's really, really easy to use, and it's a pretty good size and stuff. So I do enjoy that a lot as well. Next, I'm going to talk about this stamp chamois. I keep it in this container here. Sometimes I leave it out so it will dry. You know, dry out or whatever, so it won't start to smell or whatever if it's damp. But I really, really do like this for cleaning my stamp. You know, it is a really, really nice thing. I still do have my dirty cloth here for other things, but for the stamps itself, I really, really do like using my stamp chamois here. And I keep it in this container. Like I said, it's the container that I keep my most used embossing powders in. So I really, really do like that, and it's really, really handy. So like I said, sometimes I will keep it out on my desk so it will dry out. So that way it won't start to smell in the you know, in the container or whatever. So I've been really loving that too. Next up is this embossing powder here from Simon Says Stamp. This is the rose gold, and I've mentioned this in a previous video before, but it's really, really beautiful. It's a really, really pretty rose color, and then whenever you apply it to your sentiment or whatever, you get the gold and the rose, and especially whenever you tilt it in a different direction or have you, the light catches, you know, in some of the gold and some of the rose. So it's really, really beautiful. And Simon Says Stamp embossing powders, I've been trying them over the last few months, and they're really, really great quality. So if you're not even into the rose gold, I do recommend the white and the other colors, like the white and the silver and the gold, even in the clear. So because they're really, really high quality embossing powders. So I do recommend that. Two more things. I am also loving this cardstock here from Simon Says Stamp. I'm almost done. I need to buy some more, but this is a Simon Says Stamp Fog cardstock. It's a really, really great neutral color cardstock. It's not too you know, dark, or it's not too light either. It's perfect alternative to white. So it's, you know, light enough where you can stamp on it as far as doing sentiments or whatever, you know, especially on the inside of your cards or whatever. But it's also great for card bases too. Like I said, it's another alternative to white, but it's just light enough, you know, so it won't, you know, compete with whatever you're stamping or what your scene is or whatever. So I really do highly recommend this color. Like I said, I'm going to have to buy some more because I'm almost out. But I store them in this little ticket holder, little folder thing here, and this has been a really great lifesaver for me to put all my cardstock and my scraps and stuff. This has been a really great system for me. Jennifer McGuire is the one that introduced this system, and I really, really, really do enjoy it. So, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about is my mini Misti. I never ever thought that I would, whenever the Misti first initially came out, I never thought I would actually need this tool. But the more I was watching, it took me a whole year, pretty much a good year, to decide for me to go ahead and buy one. Especially what put me over the edge is them introducing the mini Misti, because I didn't need the bigger size, and especially with my area where I craft in, I didn't really need another big tool on my desk. So I'm so happy that they introduced the mini size, and I have been really using it a lot since I bought it. And it's really, really great for lining up your stamps, doing stamp layering. I've done a video on the stamp layering using this. It's really, really great tool. So yes, there are stamp positioners out there, but there are multiple uses for this tool here, and it's just a really great thing to have in your stamping arsenal. So I don't know how people could stamp without it. I don't use it every time I stamp. You know, I still use obviously my acrylic blocks, but mainly for the stamp layering, and if I really, really want to make sure that I'm getting something lined up, I grab this out. So it's really great for different ways to stamp. So I highly recommend, if you are thinking about it or interested in it, I don't think you'll regret buying it, in my opinion. So anyway, those are my favorites that I have been loving in the recent months, and I just wanted to share them with you. Like I said, I will have all the things that I have spoke about in this video linked below, just in case you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!